Welcome inside the Citrus TV studios for a special web edition of Q's Countdown. I'm your host, Michael Barth. Alongside me are analysts Michael Tricarico, Nick Dugan. Guys, before we get into Pittsburgh, what do you think are the emotional after effects after the loss to UVA?
I don't think there's going to be that many emotional after effects. I think Scott Schaefer, the one thing he is good at is getting the team to do what he's been preaching, and that's taking things one game at a time, one day at a time. Team's coming home, a rivalry game against Pittsburgh. No emotional after effects.
Yeah, I don't think too many emotional after effects. I think they do maybe creeping into the players' minds a little bit after a decline at the end of last season, starting to decline here. But I think you're right. I think Scott Schaefer has his team looking ahead, looking at what's going to be instead of what could have been. So I think they just have to kind of block out all that's coming from the media, maybe criticizing the team, and I think they just keep moving forward.
All right, well, moving on to Pittsburgh. A lot of history between these two teams. Let's take a look at the matchup history in the rivalry. First matchup, 10-21, 1916. Pitt would win that one 30-0. Pitt leads the series 36-31-3. Over the last 60 years, though, Pitt leads 30-29-1. Interestingly enough, SU only 7 head coaches since 1955. Pittsburgh, 17 head coaches since 1955. So pretty stark contrast there. As you can see, both teams have had 11-game winning streaks in the rivalry against each other. So a lot of history between these two teams, a pretty decent rivalry. Let's move on, though. We're going to have you guys give us your X factors and predictions for Pitt. So, Michael Tricarico, X factor for Syracuse against Pittsburgh.
Well, my X factor is a guy who's only played in 3 games so far this year, but because of injury, Irv Phillips. This guy is a playmaker. You saw him in Rhode Island. The 2 touchdown catches he had were short passes. He was able to make a move. 3 touchdown catches for the year in the 3 games. He's played in 150 yards receiving on just 11 catches. Irv Phillips, I think, can have a breakout game and will be a reason why Syracuse is going to be in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around in the offense, but I'm going to go with the unit, the offensive line. I think the offensive line has to do a great job against a Pitt team that has 22 sacks so far this season. That's top 10 in the nation. The offensive line is going to have to give Eric Dungey some time to throw and find his weapons, like Irvin Phillips, like Steve Ishmael, in order for SU to be successful on Saturday.
And hopefully try and get the run game going as well.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, you gave us your X factors. Syracuse 3-3, 3-game losing streak. Pittsburgh 5-1, ranked 25th in the nation. Nick Dugan, give me your prediction for this one.
I think it's going to be close. I think that the deep threat of Tyler Boyd and Chris Blewett as the kicker is going to be just a little bit too much for SU. Yes, Pitt coming into the Carrier Dome, a tough place to play, but I think Pitt wins by a field goal. That would be 27-24.
Well, Nick, I got to tell you, I got this one a field goal game, but the other way around, Syracuse wins 31-28. This year, Syracuse, the first 6 games, has scored 24 or more points in each of those 6 games. There's only been one other Syracuse team to do that. The 1959 National Championship team. This team not having as much success, but still it's a good sign of things to come, you would hope. I think the offense is going to get rolling, get over 30 points again, and in games that Syracuse has scored more than 30, the one loss just came last week. As long as the defense can hold Pitt in check, I think the Orange can come out victorious in this one.
All right, well, analysts split on this one. Syracuse will try to snap a 3-game losing streak Saturday against Pittsburgh. For Michael Tricarico, Nick Dugan, I'm Michael Barth. Thanks for watching.